Long time ago there was once a warrior who endlessly walked a path. A warrior who drinks drops of water from the 3 leaves. A warrior who satisfied his hunger with just 3 petals of flowers. He walked further and further, and his name is Biryong. This is the only information known by the people, and the only certain information they know is this warrior walked endlessly. He walked in the desert under the scorching sun, he walked through fierce blizzards, he walked through the strongest hurricanes. He walked even in the burning forest without hesitation. Even when he was sleeping he never stopped walking. Even the mountains and rivers cannot stop him. He cut through anything that blocked his path. It is possible to say that from the beginning of his journey he never stops or rests even once. Without stopping he continued walking through every terrain, and during that time he became stronger every passing day. On the 3rd year of his journey he left no footprints while walking in the snow. In the 4th year he can walk on water. In the 5th year he can walk on the air, and in the 6th year he became famous. On his journey no one can stop him, not even famous masters and grandmasters. In the 7th year he became the pillar of martial arts after defeating 4 famous and powerful martial masters and 5 world-known grandmasters. In the beginning of the 8th year he easily defeated the Murim king and his entire army. In the 9th year he suppressed religious towers and entirely destroyed war bases across the Murim world. At the beginning of the 10th year he reached the vast ocean, and he stopped because there was no road ahead. It had been 3,689 days since Biryong began his journey. People began calling him the greatest man to ever live since the origin of Murim. After that we see the man narrating the stories of Biryong, and he said that after the journey of Biryong he disappeared, leaving his sword behind. After which this man pulled a sword and showed it to the people around the place. Then he said that this is the sword of Biryong. The people that heard this exclaimed in surprise. Meanwhile Soma, our boy, is behind them, and he is holding a similar sword. The 2 men in front of Soma look at him while Soma just effortlessly bent the sword. Soma looked to the side and he noticed a box. He approaches the box and kicks it open, revealing several fake swords of Biryong. The people saw this and understood that this man is a swindler. The other man said that this means everything is just a lie. After which the people left and they talked about the story. They said that the story is just fabricated by the swindler. After that the swindler is angered that Soma revealed his scheme. He called Soma and his 2 subordinates to stop Soma from leaving. Then the swindler said that he needed to pay 10 yang for the trouble he caused. Soma is confused why he needs to pay 10 yangs. The 2 subordinates angrily hold their weapon to attack Soma. After which the swindler told his subordinates to go and teach Soma some lessons. But our boy is not just an ordinary man like me. Soma defeated the 2 subordinates without breaking a sweat. He sits above them while fingering his ear. The swindler is shocked upon witnessing Soma just casually defeating his subordinates. After that Soma is leaving the scene, but before that he looks back and clenches his fist and angrily says that if this thing happens again I beat you up. The swindler, scared and sweating, replied that yes sir, I won't do it again. But suddenly a huge shadow appeared in front of Soma. The swindler shouts, "Oh my god, it's the Demon King." Soma looks back and he sees a huge man with muscular body in front of him. Soma looked above to see the man's face, and we see that this man is very big compared to Soma. This man, called as Demon King, is holding and pulling 2 people in each of his hands. Then the Demon King said to Soma to subscribe to my channel and like the video or he'll beat him up. Soma angrily replied, "So it's you, the one calling himself the Demon King and yet still single and useless after so many years?" The Demon King shouted, "You arrogant bastard." The Demon King gritted his teeth and prepared himself to punch Soma. He punched Soma, but my boy Soma activates his Ultra Instinct and just slightly dodge, leaving after images as he dodge. The Demon King was surprised that Soma could dodge his punch easily. Soma extended his arm and tapped the huge body of the Demon King. The Demon King belittled Soma and said, "Is this all you can do?" Soma replied that I will just hit you slightly since you look too weak. After that Soma inserts a little bit of his ki. Suddenly the Demon King's huge body trembled, as it feels the powerful energy of Soma passing through his body. Soma's tap infused with ki creates a shocked wave and explosion behind the Demon King. This tap successfully penetrates the cliff behind them and it leaves stone and smokes fly around the explosion. After which we see that Soma's tap leaves a huge hole in the pathway. The Demon King and the swindlers look back and they were surprised and leaving their mouth wide open as they sweat and tremble upon witnessing the strength of our boy Soma. The Demon King looked at Soma and gathered his courage. While trembling he asked Soma, "Who are you?" Soma replied confidently, "I am Soma from Wakgol,